So I opened a bank account at the age of 16. God knows that I thought that this was going to be an easy process, but it was not. It definitely was not an easy process. And during the process, I met my future husband. Okay, let's not just say met. I saw my future husband. I saw the potential and all the quality and all those shitty stuff. This video, I'm going to be telling you guys the requirements for opening a bank account on the age. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my tips that saved my time and my energy and all of that shit. But before we get straight into this video, let's cue the intro. So this is just step one of me opening the account. So simple. Oh fuck. I'm talking in the middle of the road. They should not come and jam me. So let's get straight into the video. So I have some things scripted out right here because I would not like to lose track of the important things that I want to tell you guys about. What brought about the idea of me opening this account first? So my classmates, just two of them, they opened an account, but they were like 18, 17. So me, I was 16. I was like, can I open an account? You can open a student's account, it's from 16 and all of that shit. So I started doing my research online, and let me tell you guys this, online doesn't really help a lot. So when I did my research, I started searching for the requirements, the age and all of those things. I saw very few useful things, but most of them were totally useless. So I'll advise you watch this video to the very end instead of doing Google question and answer. Okay, so let's get straight into the requirement first, because I know that that's what some of you are after, and I just really want to help you guys, and that's all. So for the requirements, the first thing, you must be at least 16-year-old. You're going to bring one recent passport of you, one of you and one of your parents. You're going to bring your national identification number, your NIN. You're going to bring your birth certificate. You're going to bring one of your parents' voter's card and BVN. That's literally all that you need. Now, what type of accounts are you opening? So the first thing you need to know that this account is called a student account. That's the lowest account, and you must be 16 years old at least. That's the lowest age. You must be at least 16-year-old to open this account. How this account works. So I did my research online and I made some notes, but it turns out to be after opening the account at the end, it was online stuff that I did wasn't really that useful, like I said at the beginning of this video. So when I did my online research first, it said that the highest money that the account can carry is 300k, and if you pass that 300k, no money can be put again. But in a day, the amount that you can send into the account is 30k. So that was what I thought, but it definitely was not what the detail slip actually said at the end. Let me bring the detail slip and read to you guys what it actually said. That's setting up my account and doing everything like that. I got this this slip, let's just call it a detail slip or something like that. And right here it says transaction type and amount. And daily local ATM withdrawal is 50,000, and the daily local POS send is 1,500,000, and the daily local web send is 1 million. So meaning that maybe my accounts can carry up to 1 million and up stuff like that, but I'm not yet really sure about that. But just keep in mind that for this account you can just save money and you can just take money, so I'm pretty sure that's good enough for just retains that keep money at home and don't really have places to keep the money. So when you're going to the bank, I would advise that you carry at least maybe 5,000, or just carry money at least that you used to open the account. Okay, that's the money that is going to be put in the account at first. That's going to be your first credit alert. That's going to be the money that the bank can maybe deduct stuff that they want to deduct. Maybe you don't want to remove money for the ATM card, or don't want to remove money for your transactions, all of those stuff. But while searching online, I found out that the ATM card, you're going to pay like 1.5, like half of the amount. But while actually doing it in the bank, I found out that the ATM card was totally free. Opening the account is free. The only thing that I had to pay was like a transaction fee, because I withdraw some money, and when I withdraw money they took 15 naira, which was literally not good enough. Like I was thinking those would take something like 10 naira, but anyway, it's bank, and at least it shall save my money instead of me spending it anyhow. So now let's get to the process of actually opening the account. So in different branches and different banks, there might be like different ways that you can open it. I don't know how they actually do it in First Bank or Union Bank or all those kind of bank, but like I said, the one I opened is UBA. So now for the process of opening a bank account in UBA, so what you do is that first of all, you go to the bank, you go to the security persons section, you tell the person that you want to open a student's account. The person is going to give you a form. You will take the form, you go to the waiting section. While the one I went to, the waiting section is actually in the compound where like there's a canopy and chairs for us. So I just sat down there and I started filling in everything. And in this form, you're going to see questions back and front. The questions include something like your name, your surname, your middle name, your address, your next of kin, and all those kind of things. So you just have to take your time to answer these questions. But if you don't know some of these things, you just have to let it go and just leave the rest for God. But you have to know, of course, your date of birth, your name, your address, your next of kin. You have to know your parents' name, just basic things you really have to know, okay? But the ones you don't know, just let it be, just leave it alone, yeah? Don't come and kill yourself because you want to open an account. So after all that, then you're going to be called. I don't mean you're going to be like called like your name, hey Stella, come here. There's going to be a person who actually opens accounts for people. They're going to come to the waiting section and ask who wants to open the account. Then you raise up your hand or you just signify that you want to open an account. Then you follow the person into the bank. First of all, you need to know, of course, that since we are still in Koro section, you need to carry your face masks, and before you get to the bank, you have to wash your hand and sanitize and do all of those good shit. So you're going to follow that person into the bank to their office, and that person is going to go through the form that you filled. The person is going to like ask you if you have a BVN. So I'm expecting you not to have a BVN because obviously this is your first account. So BVN is like a very secret number, and that number you really have to guard it with your life. Don't give it out to anybody. If anybody call you telling you that you're going to win a lottery, if you give them your BVN or any kind of thing like that, don't give anybody your BVN for whatever reason. So that person is going to give you your file back and is going to direct you to an office where you're going to do your BVN, or should I say register for your BVN. So for the BVN process, funny fact, this was the place I met, or should I say I saw my future husband. Yes, maybe look at government. I'm not really sure. Well, he's not actually my future husband like that though. He's like so many years younger than me, but let's just say he has the qualities and everything. He's cute, he's handsome, he's tall, and gosh, my mommy should not come and see me but saying all these trashy things, but whatever, I'm human, so I have crush, I have feelings and all of that shit stuff, but I'm never going to do anything bad. Trust me, mommy, I love you. I will never do anything bad. But anyway, 2 years older than me. Anyway, let's move on. So that person, my future husband, it might be a he or she, okay? This person is going to take that form. The person is going to ask you a bunch of questions which you have to answer honestly. Answer the ones you know, okay? If you don't know it, maybe you do. That's why you have to do like your research in your house. Like if you don't know your state or your local government, all those kind of things, ask your parents before coming to the bank, okay? So the person is going to take your form and start filling out those things that you wrote into the computer in the system. In case if the person doesn't see anything clearly or anything like that, the person is going to ask you some questions. And after that, the person is going to tell you to put your finger at a fingerprint reader. So you just put 4, 4, and 2, so nothing hard like that. And then that person is going to give you back your file that is the person helping you to open the account. So that person that is helping you to open the account is the first person you met when you came to the bank, except from the security person. So let's just call this person the accounts guide. So after all that, the accounts guide is going to tell you to bring your parents, not the 2 of your parents. The person that you use he or she voter's card, that is the person you're going to bring to the bank so that the bank can give you your ATM. Oh, but I also forgot to mention, after the person calls you into the office, your accounts guy, the person is going to collect your form, collect your money, and collect all your requirements. Make sure that all your requirements are photocopied, okay? Except from your passport. Now, we've gotten to my tips. So my tips that will save your time, your energy, that will literally save you from stress and wahala. So for my tips, the first tip, of course, is make sure you never go to the banks on Monday, because during Mondays, the bank likes to just complete or like finish activities faster on Mondays. And on Mondays are the days that workers like to come to the bank and do their transactions on those kind of things. So keep in mind that if you want to go to the bank on Monday, there's going to be a very long queue. and you would not like to spend the whole of your day in the bank. But number 2, make sure that you collect your account guide phone number or name. I would prefer you collect the phone number because the phone number is more just preferable by me. Okay, so what this phone number will help you to do is just that if you have any question, you could ask the person through the phone, you could chat, and also in case if you do come to the bank and you see a very long queue or line, you could just call your accounts guide, and your accounts guide could give the security person instruction to let you in, or your account guide can just come outside and just like you both can go into the bank together. And my number 3 tip, this is not like a tip but still it's just something that I would want you to know just to keep yourself safe and just to keep your money safe. So during the process of you opening the account, whether I've started opening it or you're almost through, or if you've opened it already, anybody that calls you asking you for your account number, asking you for your BVN or just anything, the person calls you with a number you don't know, whether number you know, whatever, if anybody calls you asking you for your account number, do not tell this person, because during the process of you opening your account is still very fragile and it can literally be hacked. So do not share any of your information. Those people are fraudsters. They are there willing and ready to just take information from you so they can clean your account for you. Make sure that if this number starts calling you, make sure you just block them. Don't tell them shit. I remember the time when they started calling me at first, they were asking me for my account number and where I opened my account, which branch. So I went on Google and I asked Google maybe if my bank accounts can be hacked if somebody knew my account number. So it turns out to be that Google says that your accounts can be hacked if the person have your routing number and your account number. So this routing number, I think it's like something that has to do with the branch of where your bank was opened, and also of course your account number. If the person has it, your accounts can be hacked. So do not share any information at all during the process of you opening your accounts. So obviously, you know, during the process of opening your accounts, everything cannot be done that day. So after that, the next day you're going to go to the bank with the person that use he or she voter's card. You're just going to maybe do some signing and do some filling of ATM form and all those kind of things. In the ATM form, you're going to see like your name. They'll say you should sign. They'll say you should put your account number and all those kind of things. You just fill in that, and then ATM will be given to you. Then you go to another section where you have to put in your ATM pin. So I know for a fact that maybe the pin is like 4 or more. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. If this video was really helpful to you guys, do make sure to give this video a massive like, comment your thoughts down below, subscribe to this channel if you're new. You're so that other teams can be aware of how to open their accounts so that they can save their money, so later in the future that money will save them. So guys, that's all for this video. Bye.